Hi guys, welcome back to Kpop Talks. I'm your host. Today we're doing our weekly Kpop recap of July 2023. This is gonna be the last week of the month, and we have a little bit of music to talk about a month that I found at the end of the day to be somewhat underwhelming. So without wasting a lot more time, let's get right into it and let's talk about the music that came out this week. The first song is from 20, and the song is called Beat It. Overall, it's a solid song from 20, in my opinion. It does what it's supposed to do. It's a banger. It hits hard. I'm not the biggest fan of from 20. I would say it's a group that I normally don't really care about, but they've done fine with this song specifically, I would say. And I think it definitely hits well. I think everybody's on point. The production is good. So yeah, I overall enjoyed. Next we have New Jeans with ASAP. Now this is definitely the weirdest song that New Jeans has released out of this batch from July. Very very weird, kind of psychedelic, eccentric production, a little bit surreal. Very weird, the chopped way of singing. As always, simple, very low, laid back vocals. Overall, the song is good. I think it's interesting. Again, I respect the fact that their company does not care to appeal to what their masses necessarily want to hear. They'll do the songs that work for sure, and people like ETA and stuff like that. But then they'll go with something more like this, which is still more experimental and tries to push a little bit of the boundaries of what New Jeans is musically. So overall, it's a fun song, a little bit eccentric, a little bit more on the experimental side of things. So, it might not be for everyone, but I personally enjoyed it quite a bit. Next is Soyo featuring Bora with Aloha. So is back after a little bit, I would say almost 6-7 months. I think either January, maybe a little bit earlier than that. She's back musically with a single. And it's simple, it's a summer song, it does what it's supposed to do. Bora brings a solid rapping feature as well. It's not the most outstanding song of this week at all, but it's definitely, I think for me at least, more enjoyable than the vast majority of other summer songs I tend to hear, or I really heard the last couple of months for me. So I think it's a good song. And I think it's supposed to do well. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm been sleeping a lot of hours, but what is what it is. But yeah, I think it's a solid song. Does what it's supposed to do. And I really like the chorus songs. The chorus is very catchy. And I like how Soyo sounds in that aspect. So great song. I mean, solid song from a great iconic idol from K-pop. Second generation idol. Next we have Jambino featuring J Park with 119. It's whatever. I personally don't love it as much. I don't really like it like that. I feel like J Park and Jambino don't really fit with each other. J Park brings a solid vocal performance, Jambino also, but I feel like everything doesn't mesh well together, whether it's the production, whether it's the singing, whether it's the lyrics, the chorus itself. I feel like they don't really mesh. Like individually they're fine, it might even be good, but when you put them together in a song, I just don't think they hit the way that they probably thought it was going to. So this is more of a disappointing song more than anything, because I feel like maybe with a different production it would have been better, or maybe with a different feature would have been better. Maybe it would have fit with they would have synergized better these different aspects of the song in my opinion. So overall, it's very forgettable. I don't like it, honestly. Next we have Seekers with Kong. Now this might be the best single that Seekers has released in my opinion. They released some good music this year, don't get me wrong, but I really love the energy here. I love how the guys are singing, slash rapping on the track. The chorus is good. I really like the production. Honestly, it's a little bit different what you normally hear. I think it's a nice blend of new and older style of K-pop. Obviously, in general, it's more focused on the newer style of stuff, but they still do a good job, I think, at adapting it. And on top of that, I like the way actually they use autotune. This is one of the examples of how a K-pop group can use autotune in a correct manner and still really deliver a solid song, and not just use it randomly to create effects, but to really enhance the song as it is. So overall, good song. Like Seeker might be my favorite at least, even though Attackers was fine, was good. I might prefer this one, honestly. Next we have I Love You 1 or ILY1, I don't know how you pronounce it, with My Girl. Very very G-friendish, from the aesthetics of the music video, the dance, the song itself. The vocals are probably some of the best I've heard from the group. The vibes are fun, cute, bright, happy, and that's what you kind of want from this type of songs. It does it well, and they take what G-Fan did good, and I think, reapplied in a way that it's, I don't know if original is the correct term, but at least good without necessarily straight up copying, but giving an homage. I think it's good. Now I don't know if they're from the same company. I don't think Ali One is a source group. I could be wrong, but I don't believe they're a source group. So maybe by being a source group, but they will be under hype if they were. So I know for a fact they aren't. Let me check for a second what's their company. Oh, FNC Entertainment. Oh, okay. Well, so I can see then also similarities, maybe certain type of AOA music, but obviously the G-Fan effect is very obvious, I think. So yeah, the song's good. I really enjoy it. And yeah, I mean, like I said before, and I said it multiple times this year, it's good to have these many type of K-pop groups, to have more type of K-pop groups like this in the genre, because there isn't enough of them, I think. But this year there's been a swing in trying to do this style more and more by a lot of different groups, which is cool to see. Next is Muni with the Painting. Just a feel-good ballad, perfect for the summer times, simple acoustic guitar, great vocals, a nice drum, simple but yet effective. Not much more to say about this. Next we have Treasure with Bona Bona. Treasure, one of the best groups of this generation. I have to say though, this song simply is underwhelming in my opinion. I feel like every aspect of the song here doesn't hit as hard as other Treasure songs. The production is not as good, the chorus, the drop. I feel like even in general the way they approach the song I think is too generic. I feel like Treasure, one thing they did very good from debut was doing this style of music, which is the banger styles of music, the hard-hitting songs for the club, but always add an element of interesting stuff in the music. This is just straight up what I think a generic group would do. Obviously the mixing is great, the engineering is great, so compared to these smaller groups, they have more money to get this type of project, but I feel like the result is the same. A very mediocre song from a group that I think is very good, so I'll held them to a higher standard than compared to other people, because I know what they've done this year that was fantastic, even in previous years. I expect better from them than to give me this very generic music. Next we have Daluna with Swallowing Summer. Now, following the same trend of Muni, we have another feel-good summer song, a little bit more on the cute side, a little bit more on the happy side. Simple acoustic production that does what it's supposed to do. Very, very enjoyable track. Compared to Muni had more powerful vocals. Daluna has more of a cute type of voice, and she produces more of a cute voice. Therefore, it has a different vibe to it. But the feelings of the summer and the enjoyment of this period of the year is always there, but it's obviously expressed in a different way, which I think is cool. Next we have The Rose with Alive. Another song that I enjoyed by The Rose. Very, very solid rock song. Great vocals by the frontman. Decent production. The chorus hits hard the way it's supposed to. I really, really enjoyed it. Again, like for whatever reason, I'm really vibing with The Rose this year compared to the previous years where I was really critical of a lot of stuff they were doing, and I think for good reasons. And next we have Shono and Youngwon from Monsta X. Duo sing with Love Me a Little. Very particular song, I would say. It has very similar vibes of what Sana and Moonbin, rest in peace, were doing when they were doing their duo stuff. It has a very similar vibe, very similar production concept and aesthetic concept, and I think they've done a good job at it. I need to check if my food is coming because... No, I was saying, I think they've done a great job at adapting to that, and again, great vocals by both guys. They have a different voice, but they fit with each other very, very well, and aesthetically the song just is good. It's bouncy, but it's laid back, it's elegant, it's sexy at the same time. Great job by the guys. I think it worked way better than I thought, honestly, because originally when I thought, Youngwon with Shono, it might not work, it did. And they sound very well with each other. Let's have Sesoneon with Hotel Kid, if I'm not mistaken. Overall, it's a pretty solid song. A kid, not Hotel Kid. The hotel is the fact that they're in a hotel room, it's just kid. But the song is fine. I think it's relatively enjoyable. The vocals are okay. The production, of course, in the setting is very simple. It's supposed to be a live version in a hotel room, very, very rustic and whatnot. I just think the song itself does not hit as hard as it possibly could. And of course, as we just judging the song from an acoustic standpoint, it's not enough. But this version of the song is fine. Let's just say it's fine. It's not the best. It's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of the song anyway, but I think it's a solid song regardless. Next we have Infinite with New Emotions. The boys, the legendary, the iconic second generation group Infinite is back with a pretty solid song, honestly, overall. I really like the fact that it's still Infinite. If you know Infinite discography, it does sound like an Infinite song through and through, but it's modernized, it's fresh, without forgetting its roots of being a second generation group. Great vocals, I love the bounciness, I love that element of upbeatness that you used to hear a lot in second generation K-pop that pretty much does not really exist anymore. It's not done this way, so I really like it. And again, this type of fusion that a lot of groups have been doing now, it's if you can do it well like them, it works perfectly. So New Emotion is a song that I really like. I am biased though because I love Infinite. They're one of my favorite groups ever. They're one of the first groups that really made me fall in love with the genre, so I have more of an attachment to them compared to many others. But objectively, I think the song works regardless if you enjoy it more or less. It works, and it's a display of the fact that they still got it after all these years, and and they're all successful as far as understanding their own rights in different aspects of their lives, so it's pretty cool. And last one we have Kaki with Just. A very good rap song by Kaki. He's had a great year, one of the best, most interesting artists of this year, honestly, coming from Korea. Love the beat, love the production, love the upliftingness in the lyrics and the mood, but it's still keeping it hip-hop through and through, It's very, very hard to do it these days. Most people don't really know how to do it correctly. So I loved it. Great song by Kaki, and he keeps this trend of having had a great year overall. Perfect timing. My food came right when I finished to talk about the songs, so I can eat. All of the things, I thought this week was overall whatever, in the sense that while there was stuff that I enjoyed, it wasn't something that I personally loved, and there's very few of them throughout this month. Normally July, August, even though they might have huge hits because of summer and obviously how the summer songs tend to really hit hard. I'm gonna turn a little bit the fan because I'm really like dying of hardness in here. But I thought the song simply worked. I thought the couple of months simply are whatever. Like even if you have a huge song that maybe works and becomes a hit, and every year you have that obviously during the summer, I just felt like in general they tends to be very, very underwhelming months. So for this specific month, I would say it was somewhat underwhelming, and you'll see it when I'll do the best and the worst albums and the best and worst songs of this month. But yeah, I mean, overall it's been okay. If I had to say some of the highlights, hopefully for me, would be Shonwoo and Youngwon, Infinite. I would say I Love You with My Color. I would say New Jeans SAP, obviously from 20 Bitty, but are these gonna be songs gonna make my top 50 at the end of the year? I don't believe so. And that's like the main thing really, wherever I felt like pretty much consistently, even in June, there were songs that end up being in my top 50. Like even if I look at this month, and I'll be honest with you, there's one reason why I didn't include July or at the end of the day when I made my list, because when I'll be looking at like, Kiss of Life is a good song, PH1 has a good song, New Jeans released some fun stuff, don't get me wrong, Dynamic Duo maybe, Blase and Youngji was a fun song, Zero Based One had a solid song, but like Sandra Park, Ashby Lit is a fun song for sure, but would it make my top 50? Probably not. So it's been a very underwhelming month for a million different reasons. So it is what it is. I don't think it's the end of the world. I just think, in general, when I think 2020 had been a very great month. I think musically, I am more disappointed than anything because I know it could have been better. Or you hope it was gonna keep the same level, honestly, throughout the year. Obviously, that's not possible. Eventually, stuff was gonna go down and get worse, and it did. And hopefully, it's not gonna be the trend for the rest of the year. That's the only thing I have to say. Having said that, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for supporting, guys. I'll see you this week with this video. Like I said, the best and the worst songs of July 2023, the best and the worst albums of July 2023. and the best and the worst the worst songs and albums of the year, as mid-tier list so far, pretty much. So hopefully I can release them all this week, because I'm gonna start studying to prepare for my final exams in September/October. So I'm preparing already those type of things. I'm gonna start studying, so I'm gonna have to start shooting more. But I have to, whenever I have that hour and a half, I have to shoot 3 videos there and then edit them at night. That's the only way to be very efficient when my day is going on. Like, I took 2 weeks off. I needed to take 2 weeks off. I still dropped 4 or 5 videos during these 2 weeks. I'm not overly mad or anything. But obviously, like, there's an element of me wish I would have done more, right? But you can't always complain. I think this is not my job. This is something I do just for passion, really, to kill time. And that's really the main reason why I do it, obviously. So thank you for watching. If you watch this video, leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next week. I'll see you this week with other videos, and that's it. Maybe I'll start streaming. If not today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. I have to set up my streaming on YouTube on this channel, Kpop Talks. I'm gonna start streaming here, and we're just gonna talk about music and Kpop for like an hour or whatever, and see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Like I said, for the 3rd time. See you. Goodbye. Have a good night, a good day, whatever you are in the world.